Finland. Welcome to the global trail, blazing paths across our world. Imagine a land where snow falls like silent applause, where every breath feels like a benediction, and where the world's noise fades into a distant memory. What if the happiest country on Earth was happiest because it chose stillness over spectacle? This is Finland, a cold paradise crowned by over 188,000 lakes and nearly 180,000 islands, yet home to just 5.5 million souls. Here, life moves at the pace of a falling snowflake. Deliberate, gentle, unforgettable. Outsiders see reindeer sleighs and northern lights. But what they didn't see coming was the quiet revolution beneath it all. A culture that treats silence as sanctuary, that measures wealth not in gold, but in calm mornings and clean air. On the global trail, we chase wonders, but Finland teaches us to let wonders find us. To step off the path, close our eyes, and listen to whispers carried by pine-scented winds. Would you blaze this trail of tranquility? Type adventure if you're ready to follow Finland's quiet call. A land beyond maps. Where is Finland? Finland may look like a simple thumbprint on a map of Northern Europe, but its true borders extend far beyond lines on paper. Spanning 338,000 km superscript 2, nearly the size of Germany. With only 5.5 million people, Finland is one of Europe's most spacious countries. To the north, Lapland stretches beneath the Arctic Circle. Winters here last months, painting the tundra in endless white. In that silence, the northern lights erupt in neon curtains across the sky, turning frozen plains into celestial theaters. Summers reverse the spell. The midnight sun refuses to set, bathing pine forests and mountain lakes in 24-hour daylight. Drift southward and you encounter the land of 1,000 lakes, actually over 188,000 freshwater mirrors. Each lake cradles hidden islands, almost 180,000 of them, where abandoned cabins sleep beneath birch boughs. These waterways carve the land into a labyrinth of wilderness and community, where every shoreline feels like a secret waiting to be discovered. On the western coast, the Baltic Sea laps at rocky shores and sandy beaches. Here, ancient trade winds once guided Viking longships. Today, they carry the laughter of kayakers and the hush of seal colonies. Inland, glacial valleys and rolling hills cradle villages where time still moves by church bells and market days. But what they didn't see coming is how this vast canvas shapes Finnish life. When forests outnumber roads, solitude becomes a treasure. When lakes outnumber people, reflection becomes a way of being. When daylight stretches endlessly, the concept of time itself softens. Finland isn't simply a point on a map. It's a world of contrasts, of fire and ice, silence and light, freedom and peace. It's a land you don't just locate with your eyes, you discover with your soul, where traditions whisper louder than time. Sauna, silence, and the Finnish ritual. Imagine stepping into a hut of fragrant pine. Inside, the air shimmers at 80 degrees Celsius. Steam rises in lazy spirals. You sit, heart slowing, thoughts fading, as heat seeps into every muscle. This is sauna, Finland's oldest and most sacred tradition. With over 3 million saunas, more than 1 per 2 people, sauna culture is the pulse of Finnish life. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. Here's how it works. You climb onto wooden benches, pour water on glowing stones, and let the dry heat draw out tension. Conversation is hushed. Phones stay outside. The world beyond the door ceases to exist. Then, when your skin tingles, you step into snow or plunge into an icy lake. The shock awakens your senses, clears your mind, and bonds you to the earth. But what they didn't see coming is how this ritual shapes an entire nation's well-being. In the darkest winter, when daylight lasts only hours, the sauna becomes a sanctuary of light and warmth. It's where families share their day, where decisions are made, and where strangers become friends. Business deals are sealed in silence. Life's burdens are left on the benches. Tourists flock to sleek spa resorts. Yet the true magic lies in a lakeside smoke sauna, shared with locals under a sky rippling with auroras. Steam and snow, warmth and ice, they converge to cleanse body and soul. Sauna culture whispers a powerful lesson. In a world addicted to noise, the deepest connections are forged in silence. It reminds us that to move forward, sometimes we must first sit still and listen to the heat. Faces of Finland, Lapland's living legends. To meet the true faces of Finland, journey north into Lapland, where the Arctic wind sculpts both landscape and lives. Here, reindeer outnumber people, and villagers navigate snowdrifts as naturally as city folk navigate streets. At the heart of Lapland is Rovaniemi, the official hometown of Santa Claus. Families flock here year-round to visit his workshop, where the spirit of giving feels as tangible as the snow underfoot. But beyond the cheerful facades lies the ancient heritage of the Sami, Europe's only indigenous Arctic people. Sami herders guide reindeer across tundra white as bone. Their lined faces, weathered by wind and sun, reflect centuries of resilience. They sing joik, haunting melodies said to summon the soul of an animal or place. In Lapland, music isn't performance, it's conversation with nature. Yet what they didn't see coming is how modern life blends seamlessly here. A Sami teenager checks Instagram beside a traditional tent. A reindeer farm offers ecotourism alongside age-old herding. In summer, the midnight sun bathes endless forests in golden light. In winter, the aurora borealis shimmers overhead nearly 200 nights a year, painting the sky with neon greens and pinks. Local guides lead husky sled rides across frozen lakes, thrilling chases through silent woodlands. Glass igloos and luxury cabins let you sleep under the stars, cocooned in warmth while the sky dances above. These faces of children wide-eyed at Santa's grotto, of elders singing ancient chants, of adventurers chasing light across snow, are Finland's living legends. They show that in Lapland, tradition and innovation aren't at odds. They coexist, whispering that no matter how wild the world becomes, the human spirit can thrive in harmony with the land. A costly secret, the price of paradise. Finland's paradise isn't free. Its price is paid in trust, taxes, and a collective vow to prioritize well-being over wealth. Residents face income tax rates reaching 50%, yet what they didn't see coming was how gladly they'd pay. Because those taxes build a society few envy. Free education from preschool through university, universal health care that never bankrupts, public transport that runs on time, even in blizzards, and social safety nets that catch you before you fall. Imagine earning $60,000 per year and never worrying about school fees, medical bills, or elder care. Imagine a nation where unemployment sparks support, not stigma, and where retirement means freedom, not fear. But the true cost? Letting go of the hustle. Finns trade rush hour traffic for berry-picking breaks in the forest. They trade corner offices for community saunas. They measure success in balance, not bonuses. Would you surrender half your paycheck for total peace of mind? Would you give up the chase to live richly in stillness? In Finland, they did. And what they didn't see coming was that this bargain would become the envy of the world. Hidden wonders, what travelers rarely see. Imagine following a beaten path, and suddenly, the forest parts to reveal a secret world few ever glimpse. This is Finland off the map, where every bend in the trail can lead to a revelation. 1. The ice caves of Kuruoma deep in Kuruoma Canyon. Winter transforms waterfalls into towering pillars of blue crystal. Venture inside and you enter a natural cathedral. Walls glisten like gemstones, the air hums with frozen echoes, and every footstep crunches on ancient ice. Few guided tours go here. Most travelers never know these hidden cathedrals exist. 2. The phantom lights of Raudas in Lapland's remote north. Locals whisper of forest lanterns, pale orbs drifting silently among snow-blanketed pines. Scientists chalk it up to swamp gas. Sami elders call it the breath of the land. But what no one expected was how these lights vanish when chased, yet appear for those who stand still and listen. 3. The ruined manor of Koilio northwest of Helsinki lies an abandoned manor swallowed by moss and ivy. Once a summer retreat, today its crumbling halls host only crows and echoes. Step through a shattered window, and you feel centuries of laughter and sorrow woven into the faded wallpaper. It's a place where time paused and invites you to reflect on its passing. For Ulkotamio Island, a ghostly isle off the Gulf of Finland, reachable only by private boat. World War II bunkers crouch beneath windswept pines. Deserted lighthouses keep eternal vigil over rocky shores. No ferry schedules. Only those determined to find solitude arrive here, greeted by nothing but seabirds and the crash of waves. 5. The Midnight Sun's secret beaches north of the Arctic Circle in June. Darkness retreats entirely. On secluded shores of Lake Inari, locals swim at midnight beneath a golden sky. The water shimmers like molten light, and time dissolves into a single luminous moment. But what no one expected is how these hidden wonders shape the Finnish ethos. When nature conceals its best, discovery becomes sacred. When beauty whispers rather than shouts, only the curious feel its call. On the global trail, blazing paths across our world, we chase the well-known. Yet Finland's greatest marvels wait where the crowds never go, carved into ice, drifting in forest mist, and glowing under a sun that never sets. Festivals, flavors, and forgotten stories. Finland's culture isn't locked in museums. It's alive in firelight parades, forest feasts, and whispered legends. Winter Lights Celebration. Each December, towns ignite thousands of lanterns against the polar night. Families process through snowy streets, holding handcrafted candles that transform darkness into a warm glow. Children recite poems, elders hum ancient lullabies. For one enchanted evening, light conquers long night, and hope sparkles in every eye. Midsummer bonfires, Johannes. When a midnight sun reigns in June, Finns celebrate Johannes with roaring bonfires on lake shores. Villagers dance around flames, float floral wreaths on water, and toast with wild berry mead. The fire is said to ward off evil. Yet what no one expected is how it kindles unity, laughter, and a sense of timeless joy that lasts till dawn. Flavors of the forest. Finnish cuisine is foraged from the wild. Reindeer stew, simmered with lingonberries, warms body and soul. Chanarelle omelets, picked at dawn, taste of golden woods. Cloudberry jam, harvested from hidden bogs, sells for its weight in gold. Every bite is a story of mossy floors, midnight sun, and hands that gather nature's gifts with gratitude. Legends of Sisu. Sisu is more than grit. It's a legend breathed into every Finn. Tales tell of farmers battling blizzards to save livestock, of children skating miles to school. Sisu whispers, when the world freezes, press on. It's invoked at saunas, honored around bonfires, and passed in silent nods between strangers. But what no one expected is how these festivals and flavors awaken something universal, the joy of connection. In Finland's darkest hour, people light candles. In its brightest, they light bonfires. In every season, they feast on nature's bounty and share stories that refuse to fade. Because on the global trail, we seek the world's wonders. In Finland, we find our own hearts illuminated by simple acts of light, taste, and courage. The soul of Finland, what makes it truly unique. Finland's essence isn't etched in monuments or loud proclamations. It's woven into gentle rhythms, the hush of snowfall, the crackle of a sauna stove, the soft glow of a lantern on dark streets. Here, life follows the rhythm of nature. In spring, melting ice reveals hidden streams. Summer's midnight sun invites endless days of berry picking and lake swims. Autumn sets forests ablaze in amber hues. Winter's long night brings the magic of the northern lights. Each season isn't just weather. It's a heartbeat, a guide for living. But what they didn't see coming is how Finns translate that rhythm into daily peace. They practice every man's right, roaming forests, foraging mushrooms, camping by lakes, without fences or fees. They embrace sisu, an untranslatable blend of courage, resilience, and quiet determination that surfaces when hope falters. Sisu is the spark that lights a bonfire in darkness, the resolve to plunge into ice-cold water, the calm to meet life's storms. In schools, children learn logic and philosophy before diving into math, so they think deeply, not just compute. In cities, people commute by bike through snow, not to prove toughness but to honor balance. In homes, families gather in saunas not to escape life, but to celebrate it. This is Finland's gift, a blueprint for harmony. It teaches that strength can be silent, that wealth can be measured in breaths, that freedom can be found in stillness. It shows a world obsessed with more, that sometimes the greatest abundance lies in less. On the global trail, we blaze new paths. In Finland, we discover that the most profound journeys are inward, into the soul of a land that whispers, slow down, breathe, you are enough. Echoes of a land and the journey ahead. Some journeys shout for attention. Finland doesn't. It whispers into your soul, into your bones, into your quietest dreams. As you leave behind snow-clad forests and mirror-like lakes, you carry more than memories. You carry a new rhythm, the stillness of a sauna, the glow of a midnight sun, the hush of a falling flake. If you could wake up anywhere tomorrow, would it be here? In a land where silence is sacred, where every breath feels like a gift, where sisu turns struggle into strength. Because what they didn't see coming was this: a country that doesn't chase wonders. It becomes one. Would you blaze this trail of tranquility? Type trailblazer if you dare follow Finland's quiet call. Thank you for journeying with the Global Trail. The Global Trail, blazing paths across our world. Where we head next? Stay tuned.